Recently, I did a freestyle for the BET Awards cipher addressing and condemning rappers who unabashedly abuse women and those who stand up for them and even call them legends. I stand behind those statements. It was pre-recorded weeks ago, and I had no idea a grieving mother would be in the audience to honor her lost son. I never intended to disrespect her, and I offer my deepest condolences for her loss at the hands of gun violence. However, I vehemently reject the trend in hip-hop of championing abusers, and I will not hold my tongue about it. I don't give a fuck about getting attention. I care about bringing awareness and holding people accountable for their actions.
Okay, now y'all are changing the conversation. I'm not talking about what people do. I'm telling y'all about Joe. I keep saying that this whole time.
No doubt.
I don't do it. I don't do it. There's plenty of ill dead niggas. Great. We speak about it now for what? They say that it's not the dead people that are feeling the way, it's the living that are in mourning. I'm saying with him to the side. Mm-hmm. Don't show compassion for his family and then say however and shit on the very thing that causes damage to his family. You are a contradiction. I don't need to hear his freestyle to confirm that for me. Mm-hmm. That's my only point. And then you fucking get back on the screen before you did this apology. You get back on your Instagram and say, yo, I see niggas saying a lot of shit about what I said. Fight me. Huh? Like you knew niggas with this fucking need for attention for what? You talking about a dead man still and you joking around on the internet. No, it's not okay with me.
The late rapper known as xxxtentacion tragically lost his life back in June of 2018 when several masked gunmen robbed him and killed him, and he died instantly, so we believe. It was a tragic event. Many of the older people, like myself, did not know him as well as, of course, the younger generation. Now, I'm not that old, so I do keep up with what is going on in the world. But I will say this, as a mother to a child about his age, I can understand how hurt his mother was and still is. Recently, the BET Hip Hop Awards was taped, and Vic Mensa, a Chicago rapper, did a cipher. And in the cipher, allegedly or supposedly, he had mentioned XXX's name. And it had something to do with his domestic violence accusation. Joe Budden clearly got in his feelings about this. All right. Vic Mensa went online to apologize to X's mother if he offended her, because clearly he did not know at the time when he did the cipher that later on she would be in the audience to accept an award for her son. He did not apologize for what he said. He clearly made a distinction between the two. He apologized if he had hurt X's mother by what he said, all right? That being said, do you think Vic Mensa was wrong? Do you think that once someone dies, it absolves them of anything that they did in their past? Clearly, Joe Budden feels that no one should speak ill of the dead. All right. Perhaps Vic Mensa is not the best messenger for what he said, simply because he has had allegations in the past of choking his ex-girlfriend. So a lot of people feel that Vic Mensa should be the very last person to say anything about X, right? But he did anyway. Joe Budden, in my opinion, got in his feelings because Joe Budden has also had allegations of domestic violence against him in his past with some women that he has dated before. But let me get back to the real crux of this argument. And it's not really even about X, because I feel like I don't know enough about him to judge that young man. He's gone. However, I want to really kind of touch base on what Joe said here. When a person dies, does that completely erase their past? I was molested by my uncle. He died very young. So does that mean that once he dies, he's no longer a molester? He's no longer an evil person? How about Hitler? Once Hitler died, was he no longer an evil man who killed millions and millions of Jews? I can go on and on and on, right? Osama bin Laden. There's a lot of evil people that died, right? But does that absolve them of what they did? So I think that's what Joe was getting at. He felt that Vic Mensa had no business talking about X now that he's dead, now that he's not here to defend himself. Technically, in the court, in the eyes of the court, he died an innocent man. All right? So all is wiped clean in the eyes of the law. But that does not mean that he didn't do what he was accused of doing, right? So I think that's what Vic Mensa was getting at. I disagree with Joe. I disagree with Joe. I don't think death absolves you of something that you did in your past. Now I'm talking about if you did something and you repented for it, or you became a better person, okay, maybe nice things can be said about you in death, but it doesn't completely erase who you were. Okay? So again, let me bring up Hitler. When Hitler died, did he become a great man? Maybe to some people who like him like that, but that didn't mean he was great. So I think that's what Vic Mensa was getting at. Okay? Again, maybe the wrong messenger. Maybe he's not the one to give that message out. But a lot of people don't actually think he was wrong about it. Tell me what you think, guys. Later.